Well, this is an example of a quad chart. It's a little crazy, busy, complicated. This is the first page. This summarizes in 4 different boxes. That's why it's called a quad chart. The project that's going on. If you look over here in the first quad, you'll see a quick definition in the black box of what the concern is. This is addressed to ID theft, which is the fastest growing crime in the United States, a threat to personal national security, cyber terrorism, and so on. It has some information up at the top that you don't need to concern yourself with because it's related to a project that I've been working on with Mike McCoy. He's my co-author on our 2 books on identity theft. The second quad box below here lays out the kind of technical approach, you know, what is going on in the project, what we call operational capability. And the last one is kind of a cost and magnitude schedule. We'll come to all of these in the next slides. So the first one is defining the problem, and we've replicated over here the graphic from the first page, which kind of illustrates the complexity of the identity theft protection training and so on, and their human and technical and software and hardware issues and so forth. But there's a concise summary here of what the problem is, and then over in this gray box there is a secondary focus which has become very urgent, that is not related to personal individual identity theft but to a very complex cyber espionage system that has been now identified that is a threat to individual and financial security of data, but also national security. So we highlighted that in order to basically connect the more common issue of personal ID theft protection with the larger state interest. The next slide is, we call it sort of a slide of methodology. We identify how we're going to do the projections here, how we're going to identify things, literature review and data mining, key informant expert survey using the Delphi technique. I think you're familiar with that now. Site-centered client questionnaires of ID theft and information security professionals. And then the other methodology is basically extrapolations or projections of past trends. So you take past trends and you project them forward, and you can do a best case incremental and a worst case scenario. The lower box is a summary of what was on the original quad chart. This is simply a summary of the deliverables, what kinds of things are going to be done, personnel training, hardware safe disposition practices, annual new critical threat refresher training, and so on. In other words, these are sort of the immediate outputs of it, and there's a little bit of a summary at the bottom of what the laws are that are going to be addressed in this. This is just a summary of you know, the costs and the schedule, 12 months, so much per month, and so on, and then a summary of the deliverables. We also devised a kind of overall meta model, you know, of how this process works, and we kind of discussed that here in this slide. It's an adaptation of risk, stress, and adjustment to hazard behavior. And it's basically, we are talking here in part a behavior modification model for reducing the likelihood of penetration and theft of information or security breaches from human error. And then this is the predictions page. So the predictions are that by 2050 ID theft will be pervasive and uncontrollable, that financial services and national security will be severely threatened, that current identification instruments like driver's licenses and other things are going to be compromised and obsolete, that new internationally certified and monitored personal identification tools are going to be devised and actually put in place. And they'll include biometrics, retinal scans, body metrics, DNA monitoring, and by 2050 we project that secure identification implants will be necessary, especially for military and security personnel. And then over here we summarize the two major issues, one of which is technological trust and verifiability of these things. You know, how reliable are they going to be? And of course the second one is what it does for civil liberties, a kind of redefinition of civil liberties. So this is what this is what one quad chart looks like. It has nothing to do with coastal zone management and coastal policy, but this is what we did.